Hi guys, Greg back with another review for you. So this one is one that I've had quite a lot of requests to do a review on after it was featured in a previous video of mine. So it's from the house of Boucheron, and it's called Jaipur Homme. This one was released in 1998. Boucheron's a French company. They started 1858. They were founded by Frédéric Boucheron, and the heritage of the company is actually jewellery. They do really high-end jewellery. The first fragrance they did was 1988. And they've now got 28 in the range. The latest one was released this year, which is a limited edition of this one, Jaipur Homme. I haven't tried that one yet, but I want to try and get my hands on that. So Boucheron has 34 boutiques worldwide. They've got them in all the normal places you expect, like London and Paris and San Francisco. But they've also got boutiques quite far afield in the Middle East and the Far East, places like Beirut and Yokohama. And the company also has 100 licensed or authorised retail stores that they sell through. So let's actually have a look at the presentation to start with on this one. Here's the box, nice blue box. Boucheron Paris here, Jaipur Homme. Boucheron Paris on the back. Some information on the bottom. Quite simple, very sleek. Here's the bottle itself. If any of you have watched previous videos of mine, you'll know that I like to have a good look at the bottle. I really appreciate the design, and this one's no different. I think it's really lovely design, a lot of detail on the glass. I figured this one's supposed to look like an Indian temple. I could be wrong, but that's what I get from it. So you've got, let's try and focus this a little bit better. I'm not sure how well that's focused. So there you go. So you've got Jaipur Homme, you've got your Boucheron and Eau de Toilette. There is also an EDP version of this, and on the bottles, both for the EDT and the EDP, there's various different types of bottles, so you may see different styles than this. On the back, you've actually got the batch number on the bottom there, and on the bottom of the bottle itself, you've got Boucheron embossed in the glass. The only criticism of this is that the cap is so tight. I like caps to sit nicely, but this one's so tight that sometimes when you pull it off, it actually pulls the whole of this gold sprayer part off, leaving just the plastic underneath, and the sprayer gets stuck inside the cap, and it's a nightmare to get back off. Let's have a look at the sprayer. That's pretty poor. It is average. It didn't look too great from there, but you certainly don't need much of this one, so a small or a half spray is probably a good thing. In fact, that just from them little sprays, the whole of the area that I'm sitting in now is completely filled. But it's beautiful, so that's not a bad thing. So let's have a look at the description and the notes on this one. So it's an oriental spicy fragrance, and it really is about the most oriental fragrance I've ever smelt. Certainly the most oriental one that I own. I've got other oriental spices that I've got are, let me think, Obsession. I've got Calvin Klein Obsession, Burberry London. They're both oriental spices, but they don't really smell oriental. This one really does, and you'll know what I mean if you actually get a chance to get your nose on it. The perfume on this one is Annick Monado, so that says it all for me. That means it's got to be tried at least. If you're not familiar with her work, she's done fragrances such as Bulgari Black, Jules Bois d'Argent, and Hypnotic Poison. She did Boss Bottled, she did Body Curos. So they're just a few of the fragrances she's done, so it's a pretty good resume. Now this one's inspired by the gardens of the Maharajas. Now I don't know what that is, so if anyone knows what that is and could let me know, please make a comment below, because I'd be interested. I don't actually know at all what the Garden of the Maharajas, or if I've even said that correct. So notes, the official notes from the Boucheron site are top notes of clove and bergamot, mid of cinnamon, nutmeg and violet, and base of amber and vanilla. There's definitely more to it than that, so I would say that there's also lemon and lime in there, there's violet leaves in there, there's definitely more florals than just violet. There's probably carnation, jasmine, definitely rose, definitely get cardamom in there, tonka bean, and I would say either or both of heliotropical benzoin and cloves. So I'm picking up a lot out of this. I don't always, usually it's the other way around, that the fragrances have a ton of notes and I disagree and think that there's less in there. This one, there's a lot more to it than actually is listed. which I like because it makes you dig a bit deeper and have a look into it. So this starts out with some zesty citrus, but even right at the top it's understated, and it's straight away it's overtaken by florals and the spiciness of the cardamom. So you get kind of a dusty, powdery vanilla, which is what makes me think it's maybe heliotrope rather than vanilla. And I think the vanilla accord is provided probably by the benzoin as well, a combination of heliotrope and benzoin. Now, I could be wrong, this is obviously just my interpretation, but it's perfectly balanced because it's definitely got a strong vanilla edge, but it's not overpowering. I mean, I generally don't like overpowering vanilla fragrances, but I really do like this, so don't be put off by the fact that it's got a strong vanilla twist to it. It's quite powdery, which is another thing that I don't like in strong doses, but again, it's done perfectly. It's not overpowering. So it's almost a sort of gourmand fragrance, but then it's got cloves and patchouli in there, and some other notes that kind of rein in the sweetness, and they act as a really excellent contrast. So, I mean, every part of this is done in perfect measure. There's no part of the fragrance that's overpowering or offensive. It's just one of the best blended fragrances that I own. Most fragrances I tend to enjoy the top best, but with this one it comes into its own probably after an hour, and every 10 minutes this gets better and better as it's on your skin. So words I'd use to describe this one would be oriental, as we've already said, exotic, spicy, creamy, sensual, refined, elegant, aspirational and sophisticated. So smell and occasion. To me, this is a mature, distinguished person type of scent. Now, I've said before, and I stick to this, that I don't like to put restrictions on fragrances. But this one, to me, in my opinion, this is for a man that's been around the world a bit, been around life, experienced a lot. Sort of a self-assured, confident, professional type of person. Doesn't mean somebody else can't wear it, not at all. That's just my thoughts on how it sits best. Now, I see it being for somebody 30s and upwards. This is probably the ultimate black tie event fragrance that I own. My invite to the royal wedding got lost in the post last year. If it had made it through and I'd have gone, I probably would have worn this. The best thing about this one, for me, it gives a feeling of confidence. It kind of makes you straighten your back and stick out your chest and walk with a sense of purpose. Sounds exaggerated, sounds like a load of rubbish, I know, but it genuinely does have that effect on me. In terms of time of year or weather, it's best suited to autumn and winter in my opinion, but you can wear it on a cooler spring day or night. I wouldn't wear it in the heat. I think it's one fragrance that I definitely wouldn't wear in the heat. Comparisons for this, so I'm going to go with Sinead O'Connor and say nothing compares to you for this. I can pick out certain nuances and bits and pieces that resemble other fragrances, but pretty much this is unique. Number of sprays for this, I would say, performance is very good. I never get as good performance as other people state, but I get a good 8 to 12 hours of longevity out of this, and a good 3 or 4 hours of decent projection. Sillage is really good. It leaves a really good scent trail for probably 3 or 4 hours, and it's going to stretch a good 6 feet. People will smell you from across the room. Now, the one that I've got here is the EDT. I go for 4 sprays on this. That could be a bit too much for some people, so probably take it easy to begin with. This can be overpowering if you overdo it. Price-wise, so the current official RRPs in the UK are £37 for 50ml and £53 for 100ml, but if you shop around you'll find them for around as cheap as £24 for 50ml and £32 for 100ml. That translates as around $36 for 50ml and $48 for 100. So on to the ratings. So the longevity, projection, sillage and overall smell and overall marks are all 9 out of 10. This is really, really great fragrance. It's a must try for anyone that's trying to build a varied, sort of diverse fragrance collection that's got different things in, You won't find anything else like this, I don't think. So that's the end of the review. Before I sign off, just say a quick thanks to everybody who's been watching and commenting on my videos and has subscribed. I only posted my first video probably, 6 or 7 weeks ago, and I'm now up to around 180 subscribers, which kind of blown me away really. And I'm getting some really great feedback, and you know, been having a good chat with a lot of people. So as long as there's interest, you know, and that continues, I'm going to carry on doing this, because I really enjoy putting these reviews together and these videos together. The next video I'm going to do, which I'm probably going to work on, well, I've already been working on it, but probably will get it out in the next few days, is going to be a top 10 list. So I'll see you with that very soon. Cheers guys, bye.